There we go. Now we should have sound. And we do have sound. Awesome. Welcome everybody. So doing a little bit of D&D prep for Fantasy Grounds today. That basically means working on a map, getting NPCs, and by NPCs I mean some traps and stuff set up. So this is the map that was given by the module. And let me start off by saying this is a perfectly functional map. It works. There's no reason why you couldn't use this. However, this is Fantasy Grounds Unity, so I want my players to be a little bit more immersed with what's going on. And so I've done some work, and this is what I've come up with so far. So as you zoom in, you can see there are different people watching. Now, what's happening is they are in the Nine Hells, and Rakdos, they basically, not really an evil god of entertainment, but basically he's the evil god of entertainment. He has a magician, a mage, wizard dude, alchemist, artificer, whatever, one of those things that is making these potions to boost the devils and give them more powers and stuff. So the players were tricked into giving up their names. They got to what they thought was the Fey realm, and this little fawn was meeting them and welcome to the realm of the queen, great queen. And she and he's like, come. She would request a meeting with all who enter her lands. And who may I say is calling? And he goes to, I need to know who to announce to my queen. He pulls out a pen and quill and goes to the first one. Oh, and before I forget, my name is Evok, and steward of the great queen, and may I take your name? And scribble, scribble, scribble. And you, sir, may I take your name? Scribble. Ooh, you're a great big minotaur. That's very impressive. May I take your name? Writes it down. And he was literally taking their name as he did so. And so as they start following him, they realize they don't remember who they are. They sort of remember the people around them, but not really alarmed. They're just like, oh, not sure who they are, what's going on. And so they go into the court of Rakdos and are given this command to go test his new stuff. They don't really know that that's what they're doing. They're just told they have to fight these devils, and then they'll be let go. So that is where they are. That's what this is. And I'm trying to think about if I want to mess with. So this map clearly is superior to this, but do I want to mess with the 3D aspect of it, or just leave it as like a two-dimensional like it is now? The other things I have to do, regardless, is, or have to is a strong word, but I want to do is, there are things all throughout each one of these stars is something. So I need to do that first, because some of them are physically there, a lot of them are hidden. So let's pull up the actual. Alright, so I have two versions. I have this on, so on the bottom here, there are hotkeys, 1 through 11, and I've said this before, but so if I wanted to open up like this reference manual, all I have to do is click it with my mouse, or hit F4 with my keyboard, poof, and it pops open this link that I had down here, the image of Phandalin. Same thing, I can click it, and it pops it open, or I can hit F3. So you can also hold Control, or Shift rather, and you see S 1 through 12, Control C 1 through 12, Alt 1 through 12, Control Alt, and Shift Alt. So, and then Shift Alt Control. So you have a lot of different things. It's like 120 or 140, I forget what the number is, of hotkeys you can use. And I use them a lot. So there's my spiritual weapon for my one character, so I don't have to find it every time. The reference manual. I usually keep my map that I'm using, the current map, and the map, and then the story entry that I'm using right now down here, and I change them all the time. So here's the fighting pits, and here's the story entry for what I'm doing right now. All right, so you see there's a transmuter, a goblin pendulum axe, a blessed hammer, an impaler, Valamthrax, which is a dragon, pool of acid, a Barguvia and Xiong the wizard, and then of course the crowd and the H. So I have the wizard and Rakdos already. I changed the storyline to be from it's not. I don't want to delete it. I want to change the visibility. So this is a token. You can pull it from just as if you pulled it from the combat tracker onto the map. But in fact, what I'm doing is instead I pulled it from my assets and dropped it on here because they're not actually going to fight this creature. But you can, what I've done is I've left clicked it to highlight it, and then you can right click. You don't have to left click it first to go over here to visibility and then set as always visible. Same thing with this one here. I'm going to right click, visibility, set always visible. So now Rakdos and his little minion are both there. Anyway, so now we just want to go through these A through F and add them to here. All right, the creatures that approach this, there's a statue within 15 feet. Radius must make a DC 15 saving throw or be polymorphed into a white fluffy bunny with blue eyes for a minute. I'm probably going to say like 2 rounds instead of a minute. All right, so let's find us a statue, shall we? So we open over here. Here, I'll open this up. So underneath the library, there are assets. And simply I'm typing in a statue to search through all of the art that we have. I could throw in this token, but I have top-down views of statues. What in the world? Okay, I know they exist. So, so right now I have tokens highlighted. That's why. So I go to all, and I'm going to go to statue. So this will give us a lot more and something closer to what I want, which is a top-down view of a statue. Again, there's nothing wrong with using anything you want. There's lots of different choices here. All right, what is this guy? So we have some new statues. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. What is the difference between him and him? He's just not as wide. Alright, so yeah, let's go with this guy. So you can see all my different statues that I have, the different statue pieces and parts and stuff that have fallen, and different styles of statues and things, depending on the style of art that you use. This one is, well, there you go. It's a couple statues built into a wall type stuff. All right, so let's go. I'm gonna go with the one I saw. Let's see. This is a headless statue, right? Yep. Oh no, it's got a head. Okay. And that is a dog or a gargoyle. Okay, cool, cool. All right, so I'm gonna stick with this guy. What is this one? I want to see what that one is. Another type of, just like a bust. Okay, so I'm gonna go with him. Angel, cool. All right, now we're gonna go over here to our paint layer. So right now I have a walls, I have the crowd, and I have the arena itself. So now we're gonna make a new painting layer called statues, or I might change it to interactions or something. We'll see. But for the new painting layer, double click it. You can rename it as statues. Go to painting. Just want to make sure it's clicked. We're going to stamp it. So we take this bad boy, slap it in here. It's a 3x4 square. I don't want it quite that big. I want it to be, see, that's pretty big, especially compared to the characters. I want it to be about 2x2. So let's see, if I do 2, that's 2x7. That'll work. Alright, so now you hold shift to spin it. You can also click these rotate buttons, and you see you click at 45 degrees at a time. Alright, so this is about where A was. Let's go ahead and bring this back. So that's where our A is. I'm gonna shift and turn it just a little bit. Okay, and then we get rid of this. Alright, and then, by the way, if you want to see our grid, turn it on, boink. That's what our grid looks like. So the players are within 15 feet. That's within 15 feet of it. Okay, turn off. I'll leave the grid on for now. I like it off, and I'm probably going to leave it off during the fight. Atomic Hero Squad, welcome, welcome, welcome. As I mentioned, this is the map we started with. This is where I'm at so far. I now have to go in and add all these stars. They're different things that interact with the players during the combat of the arena. The arena combat. So going back through and doing those. So those of you who aren't familiar with Atomic Hero Squad, make sure you check him out every morning. It's Atomic_Hero Squad, all together one word. Last playing Gems of War, one of my favorites. I had the mobile version of Gems of War myself. He's at, I think, 12, level 1,200 and change, or level or close to that. It might be 1,100 and high change, but I'm only just shy of 700. I think I'm at 671 now, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. All right. I will say the one thing that I'm slightly more advanced is my kingdom is a little bit higher than his. Everything else, he's just crushing me. And rightfully so, because he's almost double my rank, so he should be. Anyway, it's fun to watch. It's great to check out. And of course, he does so much more than just Gems of War. Even within the same stream, each morning he'll usually do 2, maybe 3 games. So if you don't like what he's doing, just come back in 20 minutes and you'll probably see him playing something else. And a huge variety too. It's not just all match games, racing games, and um, Animal Crossings, and retro games. So lots and lots of cool stuff. Mario Kart 8, everything you can ever, lots of different things. So check them out every weekday morning. So that was A. So now we go to B, the transmuter. I'm going to go ahead and pin this. So you just grab the shield. It could be a dragon head. It could be chain link. Depends on the um, theme that you're using. What link is this? Okay. That's the transmuter. So the second one is the Goblin Pendulum Act right in the middle. Creatures enter this 20-foot linear area in the middle of the pits. A drunken goblin riding a huge pendulum axe comes swinging down from the makeshift elevator and screaming death. Creatures in the area effect must make a DC saving throw. Okay. Alright, so let's take a look at the original. I mean, I need the... don't think it's on this one. No, it's not. It's on my my DM's version. So click on this to open it up. Click, click. Alright, so this is where we're looking. Again, I'm going to drop the link. Okay, so it's basically in the middle and it says 20 feet. I'm going to make it extend it a little bit. So what I'm going to do for this is I want to do a couple things. I want to denote where it is, and I'm going to make it only visible to the DM. And then I want to denote, have some sort of image. So first thing, a couple different ways I can do this. I could do a layered, an effects layer, and just have it be a painting. Oh, hold on a second. I think I did my annoying. Yeah. Okay, so I didn't have this clicked, the statue, so we're just going to delete this, double click it, and rename it. There we go. Alright, so I just want to keep that clicked, make sure I have that clicked every time I'm adding new stuff. Or I can just do like a cut on the floor or something, a visual effect. The problem with the visual effect is that if I put it in the statue's layer, then the entire that visibility, when it's only visible to the GM, affects everything. So I don't want to do that. So I think I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to have the pin there. The pin will remind me, alright, if anybody gets in within this area, and I might have it be anywhere in there. Instead of just a horizontal line, I might have it be a circle. Anywhere within that circle, they can, because the goblin could come swinging left or right, diagonally, any number of ways it could come down. So let's look for, real quick, I don't want to spend a lot of time on this. So I think instead of leaving my statues, because a lot of these are statues, I'm just going to wait on this. I'll leave the pin there for now, and I'll find the token and stuff I want for it in a minute. Blessed Healer. Creatures approach this statue are healed, and any one negative effect. Alright, so this one I'm going to have to be the angel. And this one is C. Oh, A is over here. So he's over here. Okay. My bad. Alright, so we'll take the statues. Alright, so what I want to do is go to my painting layer, edit, and I don't, oh, it won't let me move it. Awesome. Flip, and am I able to turn? I don't know if I can, no, I can't. Then manipulate the image. I might just delete it. Actually, let's just leave this here. Never mind. We're just going to leave it where it was. Cool. We'll go back to our stamp. Boom. So you'll notice that's new, by the way, in the last couple months, being able to manipulate a painting layer once it's been painted. So much nicer. So much nicer. All right, so we're going to drop this statue in here. It's a 5x5. It's really big. We want to make it 2. Like Noah's Ark, a 2x2. Okay, and we're going to stick him here. Shift. So the little angel is the one that turns him into a rabbit. Very cool. Alright, so if anybody gets within 15 feet of this guy, there's a rabbit. So what I'm probably going to do is make a second painting layer that'll have all of the auras drawn for me. So I'll go ahead and do that. Let's do that now. Son of a mother, look at that. See, it added another painting layer. Alright, so let's go ahead and delete this. Statues. Click this. I had this clicked. I don't know why it's doing a second one. Alright, let's click over here. And I click back over here. Why is it being weird? Come on, stop being weird. There we go. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add an effects layer. And then we're going to go here to effects. And we're going to go to, we can name this too. This is auras. Alright, and now we're going to go to colors. Adjust colors. Okay, so I just want it to be different than what everything we're seeing. So don't need it to be too obnoxious. So how about this? Just a light green. That's fine. We're going to blur it just a little bit just to be fun. About 50%. So now we enable the mask. And now we reveal the area. So that's all clicked. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take, now we are revealing the area. We're holding down Alt. 15 feet, 1, 2, 3, so it's about here. Hold down Alt, left click, and I'm going out 15 feet-ish. And then along in here, and then let go. Well, let's turn down the brightness. Yeah, I want it to be a little bit more subtle. I do want the mask to be at 50. I don't know why that changed. Weird. Okay. And then we'll let's turn down the brightness a little bit. make it a little more brown. There we go. So it's more subtle that way. Again, it's just a matter of opinion, personal choice, personal opinion. All right, same thing here. I need a 15-foot area, so reveal. So I start 5, 10, 15, and go hold Alt. If you don't hold Alt, then what it does is it simply makes geometric shape. 5, 10, 15. So I want to bring it out a little bit more. So I'm going to go. There you go. So now I have my aura here. I'm going to make my square. So this one is also going to be a circle. So about 20 feet from the center. So we'll just do it here. That's not a circle, it's a square, but that's okay. Hold down Alt, round out the top a little bit. Alright, so anywhere within that green area is where the axe can happen. Alright, and so now I have D, which is approaching this statue in a 15-foot radius. So again, this is D over here. So there's how many statues, by the way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 8. And whatever this E is. What is E again? Just an illusionary wall. Okay. So there's 8 statues. I have of the same style. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These two are almost the same, so it's closer to 5. And I could use these as well. Let's check out what our options are. 6 and then the double one. Okay. So I could do half and half. I do have like okay. I do want to change this to make sure so the statues are visible to everybody. The just colors are going to only be visible to me. Okay. Alright, so we'll do these. Yeah, we'll do these and then the gray ones. Alright, so that's 1, 2. Let's just go ahead and throw out the statues. It's not really important what they look like. So we will throw the dwarf. Go back to our paint layer. Click on our statues. Statue, statue. Stamp. Statue, statue. Dwarf. Boof. Alright, so he's now 1 by 1. We're going to make him 2. 2 by 2. There he is. So I need 4. I'm going to shift. Make sure I'm remembering correctly. I am. Alright. Statues. Okay, then we're going to take Let's go with this one. 3 by 3. We're going to make him 2. So he matches everybody else. Shift, turn a little bit. Make sure we have statues selected. And then we have the lady. Switch her to 2. Make sure we go to statues. Spin her. Trying to make sure there's not a pattern here. So because the players will think there is. So if I don't make a clear pattern, then hopefully that will help. Alright, so we have him. We did him with the arms. So do you want to do the book or the other one? Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need 3 more. So we have 2 more of these guys. So let's throw him in there. Change him to 2. Make sure we have a statue selected. We're going to turn here. Okay. Which one was that? That is her. Okay. So the only one we haven't done is this guy. Make him 2. And we're going to throw him right here. Do a little rotate action, flip. No. See, that's what happens when you forget. Just click statues. There we go. Click. Come on. Alright, now it's being weird again. Alright, it's okay. It's okay. It's alright. It's alright. Relax. Everybody relax. Everybody just calm down. Come on. Catch up. Thank you. Alright, and then the last one's going to be... Do you want to do him? Well, this guy, I think I'll do him because he fits more along the lines of the other ones. He's a 3, so we're going to go 2.2. Spin. There we go. So as they zoom in, I mean, as they wander around, do their stuff, they can zoom in on the statues and see their things. So we've got the statues in there now. So now we need to add the auras and go from there. So let's go back to our effects. Go to our effects layer. Why did it say just colors? Okay, so aura. Can I do that or no? We'll see. Alright, so the impaler, 15 feet of D. And D is here. So again, we're going to go here to reveal area. We will hold down 5, 10, 15. You will hold down Alt. 5, 10, 15. Boom, spot like that. Okay. See, we can also put these below the statues. Again, the players can't see that, but I can, so we'll leave it. Alright, and I'm going to go to... Is he facing the wrong way? No, he's not. Okay, good. So that's the Impaler. Valandvothrax. That's the dragon. Maybe you're wondering, why would you have a white crack? Exactly. Alright, so that's the dragon. He's blinded and chained, but there's a hidden dragon below, so we'll throw him in as like a token or something. I mean, a paint layer that can be exposed and unexposed, and I can move him out and move him back. If you want to see how this all plays out, check it out tonight, Thursday. It's also on the Use in the Tubes. We'll be here from 6 to 9 tonight. 9 to the midnights Eastern time. Alright, so here's a statue of an old goblin. Okay, has acid spewing from its mouth, forming a visible pool in a 15-foot rectangular area in front of it. Okay, so this is different. So that's F, which is here. So this one will draw the actual pool of acid. And then that's it. G in the crowd. Okay, good. So that's it for us. So we need a pool of acid. So we will go here. We will do another paint layer. Wait a second. Is there? Let's go back to E. Whenever a creature enters in range, 60-foot cone. Alright, so we need this again. We're going to go to our auras, yep. And we're going to go to reveal. So within from here, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. It's going to be about here. So it's going to be here. Holding Alt. There we go. I accidentally let go, but that's fine. And then we're going to mask. Holding Alt. So that's roughly where they're going to, the danger zone. If they get in this area, the dragon will come out and spew acid. Alright, so this one says an adult white dragon. They just fought an adult white dragon. So I'm actually going to shift it to like a red dragon, or let's see, let's go to my images. So we're done with the statues now. So we're going to go with dragon space, because I don't want dragonborn or dragonkin or half dragons. It's going to take a minute for it to find all my dragons. There we go. Thinking maybe I'll use this Imperial Dragon. Let's go to NPCs and see what an Imperial Dragon does. Imperial. Do I not have the Dragon book open? Where would it? Tome of Beasts. So go to. Why would I have the picture if I don't have the book open? Maybe it doesn't have a picture. No, that doesn't make sense. What am I talking about here? Alright, Imperial Dragon. Why would there... I'm very confused why I'm not finding the NPC. If I have a picture of it, I should have. Alright, so let's go to Tome of Dragons. Tome of Beasts. Tome of Beasts. This is in Tome of Beasts 2. Alright, so apparently I don't have it. For some reason I have the picture, but not the book. So let's open up the book. All this stuff to chase down a wild hare. See, that's the danger you have when you start messing around with fantasy grounds. Great many dragons. Yep. So we go here down to activation. So over here was modules, and then you over to activations, and then just to narrow down a search, you can just type tome. So I have Tome of Beast. Tome of Beast 2 is not loaded. Okay. So we load it. So that the little open book shows like an open book. And then we close it. And now, when we go to our NPCs, I can type in Imperial. Alright, so it was an adult. I just want to know what it does, what kind of breath weapon it has. Breathe, they're amphibious, so that's cool. Change shape. What? So it doesn't have a breath weapon? Bite, claw, tail, and change shape. Boo. Okay, so we can't use the Imperial Dragon. There's an Iron Dragon. Let's check him out. The Book of Dragons, which I probably don't have open. Alright. You guys are killing me. Alright, so I want to find a token first that I like. White dragons. Lots of white dragons. I don't have the tokens for half these dragons. I guess we can just go with a red dragon. I mean, they are very iconic. There we go. That's right there. This is the token I want. So we're going to go here to add another paint layer. I want to be able to adjust it and move it. So I'm adding a new paint layer, calling this layer Red Dragon. Click, paint, click, stamp, click. Go to the red dragon, drop it in there. This should be 5 by 5. So I'm looking at it. I want it to be a little bit bigger than that. So let's make it just more imposing. 7. There we go. Flip it. So it's going to step out. Right now it is 15 feet long. 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, that's about right. 20 foot long. Close enough. Alright, so we're going to stick it here. Alright, so now, as you can see, I can go here to my layers, make it go away, bring it back, and then I can layers, click. Oh, oh no, I shouldn't. I don't need to be in play. Why isn't it working? Alright, so I go to layers. I go to, yeah, that's weird. All the other layers are working, but the red dragon is not. Alright, so let's lock it, unlock it. Go layers. That's weird. I don't understand. I don't know why this is being weird. Alright, so it should allow me to move it. Let's make a copy. Interesting. Maybe because it's a PNG or something. Maybe because it's supposed to be a token. That shouldn't matter. Because I painted it on there. See, it's a painting. Curious and curious and curious. Alright. I think it's just a glitch. Let's go ahead and delete the copy. Close the map. Open the map up again. And see if that works. Go to layers. Statues. So if it's putting it as a token, I should be able to interact with it like a token. If it's putting it as a layer, I should be able to interact with it as a layer. It's not doing either one. It's just weird. I'm not sure what's going on. Because I can manipulate everything else. Oh, there we go. No, that's statues. Very strange. Anyway, we're going to turn it off. We'll have the dragon pop out. I might just, let's just redo it. I don't know what's going on. So we're going to do a new paint layer. New paint layer. Take this one, delete it. Oops, wrong one. I want it under paint, stamp. Come on, guys. Jeez. Stamp. There we go. Holy shnikes. Never used fancy guns before, guys. Sorry. Alright, flip. Size we wanted was 7. Flipping it. Painting. Alright, now we go to layers. It's got to be something about this image that's unique about that token. The reason I want to do it as a layer, painting layer, and not a token is because the tokens are always on top. And I don't want this one to be always on top. And as a matter of fact, I want this one to be actually underneath the arena. I mean, underneath the crowd. So as he's sort of moving along. Can't put him under the arena because then he'll be under the sand. I just dropped him in somewhere. Now I gotta find him. Uh-oh. Oops. Yeah, don't have him labeled yet, so let's see. This is him. I can almost guarantee. Yep, that's him. Because it's the only one that doesn't have a white tokens indicating where he is. Alright, so let's throw him on top of the crowd. There we go. So I either have to keep this being weird or change it to something different. Let's go to my tokens. Type in dragon, see what we get. See, the red dragon isn't there, and I don't understand what I'm missing here. May not have had a space after the name. I don't know. Alright, anyway, I'm spending a lot of time on this dragon. Don't really need to or want to. So here's a blue dragon. You know what, I think I'm just gonna do the blue dragon, because the blue dragon does lightning. Got one here, hidden in the crowd. That wouldn't be bad. Just doing a blue dragon. See, even something like this, the red land dragon. Here we go. Let's try that. It's a little unique. It's different. Go to painting. Paint. Go to erase. Yeah, this whole thing is not working like it should. I'm just going to delete you. Make sure this is the right one. And start again. I've used tokens as paint layers before, so I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong here, or that's an effect layer. Nope. Delete. Paint. So we're going to name it now before I forget. Dragon. Let's try this again. So go with the red dragon. And again, the reason I want to do this because you can see these are on top. I want to be able to tweak it a little bit if I want to. And this is going to be 4. Let's go with 5. Make it a little bit bigger. A little bit more impressive. Flip. I like it. Alright, but I want to do it with the blue one though. So that, because the blue spews lightning in a line as opposed to a cone. So that way you might be able to hit 2 or 3, but not the entire party and stuff like that. Alright, so it looks like I'm going to have a choice. Let's see if I can get this to work. So now when I go to layers, and I click on statues, click on dragon. Yeah, so that's the case. Because this is a token, it doesn't like it being a painting anymore. Looks like it might be one of the tweaks and changes. I'll talk to the guy on Saturday, Josh Whatma. Is the artist who does majority of this stuff that you see in Fantasy Grounds art packs. That's almost exclusively him. I know that's an oxymoron, almost exclusively, but it's mostly him. And so he does a show on every Saturday morning at noon, well, Saturday afternoon, because it starts at noon my time, 3 o'clock Eastern time. He goes over all how to do this stuff, and he actually knows what he's talking about. Like I said, he makes half of this stuff, does a lot of the paint, the maps and things. Anywho, so this is what I'm going to have to do then is simply just leave it like this. Just going to delete it and bring him in as a token. So I will stick him here. Control. So we're going to go to play mode. Make him much bigger. 3, 4. Okay. Use Shift to turn him around. Right click to hide him. So he's invisible right now, and he'll be right here when we need him to. Also going to pin it because I forgot. Poof, pin, boom. And he's not a white dragon. He's going to be a blue dragon. So we go to our NPCs. And we go blue. Adult blue dragon. How much damage does he do? $12d10. It's a bit much. So let's go with the young blue dragon. Young adult. Okay. 11d10. Young. 10d10. Okay, I'm probably going to, so let's change this, move this. Young blue dragon, let's throw him in here, boom, there we go. We will drop this here. Alright, so I've got all the stats, I've got all the stuff. Let's go down, let's open this up. Let's read only, okay. Cool. So when it comes time to actually do the damage, I'm gonna have it be less than that. Because otherwise they'll just be killing people. Alright, and so there's E. The Impaler. I don't have D out here yet. D. So I'm missing F, the pool of acid. Alright, so now let's get back to our pool of acid, which I forgot about. Okay. So that one's going to be pretty simple. Layer. We're doing plus, paint layer, go here to paint, go here to acid pool. I also have pools of acid, which I can add and then tweak. So let's do that. We'll go here to stamp. We go here to our tokens. We go here to all, and we go acid. See, acid trap and acid pit. I'll take a look. Take a look. Reading rainbow. Alright, I like that acid better. So we're going to drop it in here. Poof. It is now 1.9 by 2. So the question is, do I want to stamp it or do I want to draw it? Because I can draw it as well. Let's draw it. So let's go here to layer. No. Paint. There it is. That's what I wanted. We're going to slap this sucker in, and then we're going to flip it to the fill. The fill is what I want with this. The stroke, I want like this stone here. So we're going to go with stone. Waiting for Fantasy Grounds to catch up to me. Come on. The blue spinning wheel. We're doing some Magic the Gathering after this, so I have sewn. So let's try stone wall. Alright, so stone brick, there we go. And is that a brush? I hope it's a brush. If it's not, then we're messed. It does look like a brush. Alright, so very big. We're going to have the width be about half of that. 0.05. No, I want 0.5. There we go. Still pretty big. Let's go with 0.2. Enter. There we go. Alright, so now we're going to hold Alt again 15 feet. 5, 10, 15, so about here. So now we're going to, is it Alt? I believe it's Alt. We'll find out. Alright, now we come to here. We go here to edit. And one of the cool things they have now is we can now simplify selected strokes. No, it is let's zoom in. There we go. Now simplify selected strokes. There we go. That might be a little bit too simplified, but that's okay. We go here to alright, snap grid, let's see, line. Trying to remember how to do it. Here it is, overlap, add. subtract, intersect, normal. Let's see. Let's see what this does. Let's see, add. See what that does. There we go. That's what I wanted, was the add. Perfect. There we go. Drop the stool below the acid. 1, 2, 3. We want this a little bit bigger. And then is there a subtract? There is a subtract. No, no, no. Control Z. Whatever you just did. Stop it. Okay. Alright, so that's close enough. That's pretty good. Now what we're going to do is edit. See how bad they are. A lot of strokes. So I can go in. I think I'm going to just go do stuff like this. Delete some of these strokes just to make it a little cleaner. Well, not cleaner. What I'm trying to do is just, I know if these were occluders where you couldn't see through them, then it takes a lot of PC power. I don't know the drawings like this do the same. So I'm just getting rid of some of these points along here, just making things a little simpler. Getting rid of some of these bigger clusters. So this is maintaining the shape overall. It's just simplifying matters when it's trying to draw it, and hopefully not using as much CPU power as it draws it on everybody's screen, including my own. And again, this is new stuff. Recent changes, which I think are very cool and make it much nicer than it was before. See, there's some weird overlaps and weird shapes, so this helps get rid of some of that. All right, we're almost done. So as you're zooming in and looking at the brick, it looks more like real brick wood anyway. So cool. I like it. It's good. It is a brick vat of acid that's level with the floor. Alright, enough messing around. I'll be here all day. So now we've got our acid. Um, I could, if I wanted to be crazy, I could make it bubbly like this. Add effects. Go to, this would be maybe ocean. Yeah, ocean. Mask. Reveal. Hold down Alt. And we're just going to go inside just a little bit. As we're going around, go around the statue. We don't want the statue bubbling. And then we're going to blur. And we're going to distortion, bring it down. There we go. And we'll bring the speed down to even slower. Alright, so you've got bubbling acid now. Okay, so we have our, we need our, where is the acid? The acid is F. B, C, D, F, pool of acid. Drop this over here, boink. So somebody can be thrown into it or pushed into it or whatever. So again, this is what we started with, folks. Ready to close up the crowd in the arena. That's what we started with. And that's what we finished with. The players will not see this auras. So that's what the players will see. Alright, so I think we're ready to go. Turn on auras just for me again once we get in there. Once the fight starts, I can turn them on. Bink. I have a link here. Well, I don't have a link here for this guy. He is C. Alright, so I have A, C, B, D, E, and F. Perfect. Everything you wanted. Magic the Gathering hype. That's right. Coming up here in a couple minutes. Cool. So we're good. Again, you want to see how this plays out? Come back tonight. By the way, if I wanted this to be in a perfect half circle, what I could have done is taken the ellipse. So I've still got everything here. So I just draw a half circle. What happened? Where's my acid? Flip in the strokes. No, it's there. Okay, so why isn't it painting? I think it's just being a weird glitchy person. Okay, why is this not Anyway, you would have taken it like this. When as it paints, if I close it and open it again, it will probably work. But and then go to edit and then just delete this half of the circle, and it would have made a flat half circle, and then I can just pull the point where I want to match the wall. So I didn't want this to be a perfect half circle. I wanted it to look all wonky, um, but that is the way to do it. Um, let's see if it'll let me. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. That's so weird. I think it's again. I think it's just a glitch. It happens every once in a while. All right, guys. So we're gonna be done. Thanks for hanging out with me. Uh, I've done things like done a lot of map making and things, map drawing. Um, well, by a lot, I mean like 10 or 12 different streams have been things like this where messing with maps. Uh, Fantasy Grounds continues to make changes and upgrades and improve things. So some of my older videos, you can still do those things, but now you can do so much more. There are now easier ways to do stuff. Um, and like before, when I made a circle, and then I moved the points to make this little divot here. So I moved the points to make these. It was a perfect circle. So I could have done the same thing with the acid pit. Um, so the point is, there's lots of different things that you can do with Fantasy Grounds. If you want to have any particular questions that you want to do, feel free to ask, and I'll be glad to talk about them. You can also, like I said, on Saturdays, if you're really interested in the map aspect of it, Saturdays Fantasy Grounds itself has a dude, Josh Watmaw, who does this much more faster, easier, uh, much better than I do. He's responsive and answers questions, particular questions people have. If you want to know how to do something in particular, ask him. He'll tell you, do it, and show you how to do it. Um, as far as Fantasy Ground itself, if you want to know how to build an encounter, if you want to know how to uh, find monsters or make your own monsters, make your own player characters, any questions you might have on what to do, how to use Fantasy Grounds, feel free to make a comment below. I read and respond to all the comments I get, and uh, I can then dedicate a stream to that, answering that question if need be. Um, if you want to know more about any particular aspect of Fantasy Grounds, like I've done an in-depth look at the combat tracker. So if there are certain tools over here that you aren't familiar with, like the calendar or colors, things like that, modifiers, effects, all those different things, the options. I'm thinking that might be my next in-depth study is on the options, going through what all the options are, what they all do, and how they might be useful for you depending on your game. So if you have particular questions, ask them. If not, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for checking this out. Like, subscribe so you know I do this on Thursday, but I don't have a particular time. So uh, I also cover Starfinder sometimes, so I'll do similar things with Starfinder. A lot of times with Starfinder, I am not doing as much homebrew. I'm doing things like this where I'm taking a pre-made module and then tweaking the map. With Starfinder modules, they're very professional. Paizo does an amazing job, so most of their stuff has really good maps. It's just a matter of adding lighting or special effects or tweaking it if I don't like what they've said there or want to add stuff. So I have a whole separate playlist of messing around with, prepping for Starfinder using Fantasy Grounds Unity, because there are quite a few differences between D&D and Starfinder. So again, like, subscribe, send a link to your grandma, and whatever else you do, enjoy the rest of your day.